I'm here with Lowdead here at beautiful Evergroove Studio in Evergreen, Colorado. And we've been here for the last few days making a record, as we do here. And it's coming along pretty well, if I may say so myself. Got some big drums, some big bass. We're going to have some big guitar. So I just wanted to, take a moment to catch up with you guys and ask a few questions about the album. So my name, for those of you who don't know, is Ethan Cotel. I work up here at Evergroove with Brad Smalling, of course. To my right is Miss Adriana Perez, who's helping with some drum production on this album, doing a fantastic job in just overall assistant engineering. And then, of course, Lowdead. We've got Ben, we've got Nick, we've got Matt. How are you guys?
Good.
Good. Good. So my first question is just real basic. What excites you about this record? What's getting you amped up?
New music. It's just new material for us to release. Yeah. That's it.
When was the last time you released something?
Oh, was it last year? 2000, was it 17? I don't know. Yeah, 2017. Yeah, last year. Seems like it's been forever. But...
And you mentioned you've been working on these songs pretty much since then, right?
Yeah, for the last year.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, you mentioned your first album had a bunch of older material on it that you just wanted to release and get out there, and then this one is entirely new stuff. Talk a little bit about that. What was your writing process like for these songs? What are they about? You know, how did the inspiration come there?
Mainly just jamming and finding something everyone thought was cool and progressing off and building off of that.
Sure.
We've always worked in pretty much the same way. Like he says, we get together, we play tunes, we pick what we like. What I really love about playing with these guys is that everything is always, we all a part of every step of the way.
Sure.
It's not just like, hey, I'm gonna do this and you guys are gonna be okay with it. It's always like, hey, what do you guys think about this? And that's what I really think I enjoy about playing.
And how do you feel like that affects your end product compared to like some bands? You know, it's even if it's not just one person writing every song, it's like one person approaches a band and say, hey, here's a song, here are the guitar parts and the bass parts, and everybody learns it and they go and they play the song. That's totally fine and valid, but you guys are definitely not doing that. You're more kind of choreographing your parts to each other. How do you think that carries over onto the album?
It makes it sound amazing.
Yeah.
No, it's more, I don't know, there's more creativity in every song that way. We're not just nailed down to one specific melody or, you know, one specific riff or anything. We kind of will change it all as it goes through. So when we start off with the riff, it may not end that way in the song. You know, we may, manipulate it and change it around a little bit.
And do you guys consider yourself kind of a riff-first band?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Old Matt over there is the riff machine.
Yeah.
There are some tasty riffs on this album, for sure. What are some of your inspirations, especially for this record? Bands, life events, otherwise, you know? It could be musical inspiration, it could be just general inspiration to get out of bed in the morning. Whichever.
Inspiration.
I don't know. Just like Nick said earlier, it's just been jamming over the last year. We've just come up with some cool tunes and things like that, and we're like, all right, let's take this part and let's put it with this part and let's see what happens, and then it just evolves. It's not really, I don't know what's inspired.
I feel like in the past we have been inspired by certain events, especially like on our last album, we had a song called Blanco. Matt and I worked together on that with a pool table company, and we met this guy who turned out to just be a real asshole. And did some very unfair things to us, and we got home that day and we were like, man, we were just really pissed off about it, so we decided, let's just write this song. And
let's finish the lyrics on this song.
His name was Mr. White. I won't say his first name, but that's why we ended up calling the song Blanco. You know, just
yeah.
make it a little more vague, so nobody really knows what it's about. But that's a fun story we like to tell.
Yeah.
As far as this album goes, I don't think we had a lot of real life inspiration. I would say this album
more
has a
song
lot more.
creativity.
Yeah, just creativeness, trying to get out of that box.
Sure.
We've been listening to a lot of Mastodon over the last year, so that's
Sure.
I think that's come across.
So take me through a little bit of like, if it's not inspired by real life, take me through like kind of the conception of a song like The Devil's Tune, where you guys are really kind of getting out of your box and doing something, you know, a little like, it's like almost hokey, but it's not like hokey, you know, it's more of like a character piece than like you know, anything else. Like, you know, how did you guys come up with that? Was it just
That one was
hanging out?
Yeah, for a
having fun?
Halloween show. I think we were coming up with the set list for a Halloween show, and we were like, well, we got to fill it out with Halloween themed music, and we were like, well, let's just write one, you know. So we came up with a riff and put some lyrics to it, and we're like, okay, this works.
And where'd that voice come from?
I don't know.
Yeah,
just
From the devil,
yeah,
man.
devil. Yeah, I mean, it sounds like the devil. Really cool. So what about inspiration to just do what you do every day musically? You know, just to keep going at it. I mean, obviously, we exist in a sector, in an industry where it's difficult to retrieve any sort of material, you know, refund for the capital that you're putting into this. So, like, you know, take me through that as a band in the local scene. What kind of just makes you want to keep on doing it?
Just the love of the music, really. Just love being on stage, playing to people.
I feel you.
Yeah.
And random strangers get a kick out of it. People you've never met who come up to you and be like, "That was cool. I just walked by the bar and decided to stick my head in." That's really a big kind of worth in itself versus $1. You need to have a dollar amount.
Definitely comes down to the love of the music, as Matt says. We've been doing it for a long time together as a group, and you know, these guys are my brothers, and that has a lot to do with why I still do it. I don't know that I could say that I'd still be doing it if it was with somebody else.
How long have you guys been working together?
Shoot. I don't know, close to 15 years.
Probably, yeah. Since we were in high school, so
Jeez.
yeah.
There you go. That's a partnership right there. So do you have any funny working titles to any of the songs in this album?
Do we, Nick?
No, this one so far.
We asked Nick because he's the funny guy.
The last funny title we had was Electric Beer Funk, but it's not this record.
Nice. That's solid.
This one,
We do have working titles, however.
Run me through the track list real quick, working title-wise. What do we got?
starting with Adrenaline.
Yeah. Adrenaline, Cold Hearted Sun, Weathered and Unknown. Right now it's Stranger Things.
Or Coachella.
Or Coachella. We haven't decided. The Devil's Tune. What's the acoustic one?
It's right now it's just called acoustic. I don't
We
know
have
if that's
acoustic.
very funny or original.
Right on.
I'm not known for that.
It is what it is, frankly.
And then we have a secret cover that we won't let anybody know about until it actually comes out.
It's very hush-hush. What are your guys' plans for the future, either as a band or individually? When can we expect this record? Can we expect more records after that? What are we talking about here?
Well, hopefully we get this one as soon as possible. I don't really know. The deadline.
I would say springtime.
By spring, yeah. We'd hope to have it.
Be a good date for that. As far as future plans, we are trying to do a little bit more regionally touring around the area. You know, just getting as far as we can out there with what we have.
Sure.
It feels like we've played a lot in Denver over the past 5 years. We feel like we can't really grow anymore in the city, so we need to hit the road.
Sure.
But that's kind of a slow process to get your feet moving into. So.
Sure. It's daunting. Do you have a timeline on when you might think about heading out on the road next?
Maybe spring.
Hopefully the same time the record comes out. I mean, that would be
Spring 2019.
logistically ideal, yeah.
Right on.
Time to get all situated and figure out some planned routes and new bars. And get out.
Doing it all yourself, I mean, I know there's bands out there that do it, but as you said, it's a daunting task.
It is, and you know, it's just so much, so many variables to deal with and keep track of. It becomes a full-time job really quick, you know.
Yeah.
Why do you guys choose Evergroove? Why do you continue to choose Evergroove? This obviously isn't your first time up here, so what keeps bringing you back?
Brad.
Yeah.
He was an awesome guy that we met, you know, a long time ago, and ever since then, coming to this studio just felt great. I don't know what it is about the environment here and everything. It just, we get good energy coming up here, so.
Absolutely.
And good music comes out of it, you know, a good product. So we were like, well, a great product.
Of course.
Why mess with a good thing, you know?
How do you guys feel do you guys think there's a different energy recording in a place that's somewhat more isolated in the mountains than, you know, downtown or in somebody's basement or
I think
whatever
so.
the case may be?
Definitely.
Yeah. In what way?
You can step outside and it's rather quiet and peaceful. I would imagine somewhere in the city you would just basically step out on the Colfax and you can't really relax there.
In a way, I feel like it's more native to us personally. We all grew up in a very small town, playing in a big empty garage out in the middle of a freaking alfalfa field with nobody around us. That's literally where we started, and so that's where we feel comfortable. And here kind of recreates that in a way. We all love the outdoors and the mountains, and you know, just being up here just brings a calm and peace over me personally. Like I've been staying up here for the duration of the recording. And
bashing everything down, just bringing the world to its knees. I don't know what else I can say. I don't see any other way except to break. Commence the carnage begin. You're crossing over the line. What's wrong tonight is your time.
How do you guys feel as a band that you continue to push yourself and expand or evolve your sound over the years? Is it a conscious effort, like on this record we're going to do more blank and, you know, whatever, or is it just you end up trying new things and getting better as instrumentalists and, you know, incorporating that into your playing?
I think more of the latter. We're just, with time, you know, you start to learn things, you get new tricks, you get new toys. You start to learn how to write music a little bit better and differently, so you just keep at it.
Experience overall, I think, pushes us in that general direction. I can't say that I consciously try to get better. Hopefully I'm getting better.
I'm always going down and hearing somebody playing like, oh man, why can't I do that? It's
That's
awesome.
me
You got
on
bass
YouTube.
heavy?
All those YouTube warriors
Bass and
just murder me. It's crazy. All right, guys. Well, that's all the questions I have. Do you have any closing thoughts? Anything you want to add?
My closing thought is I love working up here. I've really enjoyed working with you, Ethan. This is our first time working with Ethan, so it's been great. Adriana, you've been fantastic. He's out of frame here, but our other Ethan, video guy, he's been helping us out putting this whole thing together for all the fans out there. So especially thanks to him, especially thanks to you two guys and everybody who gives a shit about us.
That's it.
We're working to bring you more shit.
Awesome, guys. Well, let's get back to the fucking work here, huh?
Let's do it.
Let's do.
Cheers.
Cheers.